Hi, hello, it's Pip here from queenpipcards.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made these cards. Well, a card similar to this. I made these for my retreat, my Christmas retreat this year, and it's a masking technique. These are completely flat, there's no layers on them at all. So I wanted to do that, but I wanted to bring it up and see if I could do a spring version. So I'm using the same stamp set that I used before, which is Peaceful Noel. And Peaceful Noel is on the retiring list at the moment. It's still available in the UK today, but it is while stocks last, so I don't know whether it's going to sell out too quickly or not. But it's a beautiful stamp set, and I should imagine it will go pretty soon. So if you want it, all the details on how to grab it are in the description below. But I wanted to use it with some spring colours. So here I've got some Flirty Flamingo cardstock and some Whisper White, and I'm going to be basically just recreating that and putting probably a different sentiment in the centre, just to make it a bit more spring-like. So I just wanted to show you that you can use your Christmas stamps all year round too. So I'm going to just take this. So this is a piece of European cardstock cut in half at 10.5 centimetres and then folded in half at 14.9 centimetres. Okay, we'll just score that, burnish that down. There we go, make sure that's nice and flat. So that's your card base. If you want to do it book fold, you can, but I just prefer tent fold. Actually, it's going to look better that side, I think. There we go. Yeah, I like tent fold. I don't know why lots of people don't, but I do. So there you go. So that's the base, and then you're going to need a Flirty Flamingo mat, and this is 10 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres, and then just a piece of plain Whisper White. That was our thick for the base. Obviously, this is our standard, and this is 9.5 by 13.9, and this is the piece of paper that we're going to be doing all of the work on. All right. Now what I have here is a mask that I have already cut out. I used one of our layering ovals, but you could use a punch, you could cut it by hand if you were that way inclined, or if you had some kind of scanning and cutting machine, you could do that too. And it's basically been cut out of post-it super sticky removable labels, so they come on and off, and you can see that I use this one for my Christmas version, but that's okay because I'm just going to peel it off and stick it down and use it again to do the spring version, and hopefully it won't make any difference. I don't think so. The important part here is the lining up, really, trying to make sure that that's straight. No, that isn't straight because I'm doing it at an angle. Let me see if I can look in the camera and see if I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. It's still a bit far over this way. Ooh, line yourself up, Pip. And I want it a little bit higher, I think, in the centre. How's that? Is that all right? It's still a bit far over. It's because half of it's in the shadow. As I say, this is the trickiest bit. Maybe if I do it this way, it'll be easier to see halfway. There we go. Is that looking better? It's looking a bit better, isn't it? Yep, that'll be good. Right, there we go. So you just literally stick that down, and that's now nice and flat against the side of your card. So there's very little edge to it, and that's why I like these post-it notes. And then the colours that we've got here: Sahara Sand, Soft Seafoam, Flirty Flamingo, and Old Olive. Okay, so they're the colours that we're going to use to build up a kind of a wreathy pattern over the whole of this, and it does look not very nice when you first start. I'm going to be completely honest. Oh, I've lost my pierce mat. Where's my pierce mat gone? Oh, there it is. It does look a bit dodgy because, oops, I'm dropping everything now. Oh lordy, oh dear. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. It's going to look a bit strange because you can't really see the finished result. I'm going to take this way. until after you've taken the mask off, if you see what I mean. So it looks a little peculiar. Now I need to move these out of the way so that we can bring that far enough up for you to see. There we go, that's better. Alright, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with the old olive, and I would suggest using a bit of grid paper. I like the new mini grid paper used for the Stamparatus, because although it's a bit wider than your Pierce mat, it just means that you've got something you can stamp off onto. And we're just going to go in and start. I always start with the big bulk items of the spray, so that's going to be this design here. Okay, and we're going to ink it up. We're just going to go, let's see, where should we go? I want to make it a little bit more upright. And don't worry if you miss a few bits, because we're going to go in and cover over quite a lot of that stuff, but you do need to just leave it a little bit longer and press a little bit harder on your, just round the edge really, where they're joining. You just want to make sure that that's going to keep a good shape and not have too many gaps. Okay, there we go. And I think I might do another one of those actually. I do like this shape. Oh, we're getting a bit of shine, aren't we? There we go. I'm going to bring that up. And at the moment I'm doing all of these in first generation ink. Okay, then what I would do is I would go back in and I would do my fillers, and some of my fillers are going to be in old olive stamped off, and some of them are going to be in soft sea foam. So I'm going to stamp it off, come back in, stamp it off, come back in, and you just basically go round the oval, making up whichever pattern you really want, and you can keep adding over the top and keep on going. I like it because it's quite relaxing as you go. I'm going to do a bit of, I think I'll do a bit over there like that. There we go. Now I'm going to clean that off with my scrub. There we go. Now I'm going to go back in. I like to have it slightly darker at the base, because that's where it's heaviest. It feels heaviest. It should be heavier at the base, I feel. I don't know, that's just my way of looking at it. Okay, so now we're going to go in with a soft sea foam. This is one of our new colours and I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. And it's just such a lovely soft colour. And you want to try and balance it round the edge, so you don't want to have massive bits sticking out at the sides. So you want to keep the height where you've got the height in the centre, and then bring it in and keep it lower towards the edges. See what I mean? Am I making any sense? Hopefully I'm making sense to people. So I'm going to do that again. And because the soft sea foam is so nice and light, you can just go in with it first generation. You don't need to worry about stamping this one off. Although you can do, if you wanted to, you could do some extra light bits. There we go. And it doesn't take long to build up. Just popping in those colours. Okay, and now we're going to go in with the stick, as I call it, the stick design. On this one we're going to use Sahara Sand. Sahara Sand goes really beautifully well with Flirty Flamingo, and again it's a really nice light colour, and if you're not sure how light it is, you can always stamp on your paper and you can see just how light that is. It's beautiful. So we're just going to go in kind of over this bit to give it a bit more height. So it's not really, doesn't even really show very much, but trust me, it's there just enough for it to give some dimension to the whole design. And I think the colours are much more spring-like, which is what I'm aiming for. Okay, not much more to go now. Now we're just going to go in and add the Flirty Flamingo, and I've decided that I want to add this in the sort of bobbly bit. not sure how strong that's going to be. It might be too strong, in which case I might just... Yes, you know, I think that's going to be nice. Here we go. Go for it, Pip. So we're going to do a big splurge there. Oh yeah. And then I wondered about using the dots, but actually I think this flowery type thing is enough. Add a bit there. Yeah, I like this. Okay. And then I might just just the corner edge of it, just there. Okay. And I just wanted it to be a bit more sort of springy really, because it could be seen to be quite Christmassy, but at the end of the day, conifers and pines are around all year, aren't they? So, you know, it should be around all year. And there's actually, I do want to go back in here again, I think. A bit more here, just a couple, and balance that up there. There we go. So you see how I'm working top to bottom, sideways to sideways, and that's really how I'm going to go with it. What I might do now is I was going to just add a little bit of this gold, and our gold is retiring, sadly. Very sad about that. So I just wanted to use a very small brush. I have a very small brush here, and you'll need to wash it afterwards just to make sure that it comes off. But I'm just literally taking it up out from the lid, and I'm going to paint it on my stamp. I know this seems a bit strange that you're painting a stamp, but it's just a very easy way of getting it onto the stamp. And then I'm just going to add a few gold elements to it. See, doesn't that look good? I think that looks great, because it's not really holly berries now, it's just, you know, those gold sticky things that you can get from the florist at all kinds of times of the year. Just bring it up a level, and then we'll do another bit. Just, where should we do the other bit? Just a little bit down there. There we go. And as I say, you can just add as much or as little as you want, really. I'm kind of going all out with this. We're going to have lots and lots of gold. But I like a bit of gold, you know, use it while we can, that's what I say. And it does just give a really bright look to the card, just a really nice shimmer. I used copper for the other one when we were doing my retreat, because the whole retreat was based around copper. But yeah, a bit of gold. You could do flicks if you wanted to, but I think that's enough now. So I'm going to get the worst of the gold off my brush, and then I'm going to run that under the tap. Just give that a quick wash and it'll come off perfectly well. So now we need to leave the gold to dry a little bit. So whilst that dries, I'm going to tidy up a bit. And you know, it is a water-based gold paint, so you can wash it off things. You can heat set it to become permanent on fabric and stuff like that, if you wanted to, which always looks great. But for a card, it doesn't take a lot longer to dry than normal, but it does take a little while. So let's just make sure I've got everything clean. I like to make all my stamps clean. Lovely, then that can go away, because the next bit is really all about just putting it all together. So we have our card base. Oh, I need to find a sentiment as well. What shall we do for that? What have we got here? Here's to a season filled with warmth and good cheer. Now, wishing you all the best. That's quite nice. From First Frost. You are the happy to my day. That kind of works too. I think I'm going to go with wishing you all the best as a very general saying that we could send to everyone. Although we might need, I don't know, what do you think? Maybe a thank you. Let's have a look. We've got a big thank you set down here. Thank you so much. Might be a little bit bold. If you could see my face, you'd see the smile you put on it. I quite like that. Let's do that one. There we go. If you could see my face. Yeah, that's the one. Soon we won't have to work out upside down and back to front what all the sentiments are saying, because we'll have Clingman. We'll be able to see. Hurrah! I'm really looking forward to that, because the actual stickers stick on the back and you can actually see what it is that you're saying. So there we go. I like that because it's a bouncy script. It'll fit in the middle of the oval. That's perfect. And obviously it's going to go in Flirty Flamingo. So we've got, and it's from the Thankful Thoughts, which I think is still available, but you know, it could be one of my retired sets that I just like because I like the wording on it. Okay, so now's the moment of truth. We're going to peel away the mask, preferably keeping your fingers away from some of the gold, because that's, if anywhere, that's going to be where it's still a bit damp. So then you start to peel away, and as long as you're gentle with it, it will peel straight off, a bit like just a very sticky post-it note. And as you go, you will see revealed your oval that you've left behind. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. I'm pleased with that. It's kind of one of those moments because you're not quite sure what it's going to look like when you peel it off, but I'm happy with that. So now we're going to go in with the sentiment. I'm going to make sure I'm the right way up before I actually stamp it down. So I'll just do I always do a test. No, see, I'm the wrong way up, so that's good to know. That's better. Okay, and it's slightly skew-iffy that way. Not much though, that'll be good. Okay, so now, deep breath, you're going to go straight in. After all your work, you're going to go straight in. I'm a little croaky today again. There's a lot of colds going about. I wasn't very well last week, but I'm much better now. Okay, here we go. Down and up. Ah, it's a little crooked, but I could cope with that. Yeah, that's fine. Excellent. So there you go. That is my sort of spring version of my Christmas version. And that one I put straight onto the card base, like that. And I actually did a lot more coppery stuff, but I like the gold. This one I'm going to put on here, so let's do that. Oh, I think I need to oil my little side wheelie thing. Right. And I'm just trying to make sure that it's not too wet still with the gold. So I'll try and keep my fingers away from the gold as much as I can. There we go, that's that. Oh, you straight Pip. Sort of. Right. Let's just check. Yep, that's the front. And you can put ribbons, you could put, you know, I did some bows using the Pretty Pine Thinlit dies, which are still available. Because they're in the main catalogue, so that's good. They're in the annual catalogue, so you could put a bow on it. You could put some rhinestones, gems, sequins, you know, all that kind of jazz on it. But there, I think that's pretty. So there you go. Really simple masking, very quick technique to get a spring version of my Christmas wreathy masking. Excellent. All right, I hope you've enjoyed watching that. Please subscribe if you want to see any more of my videos. Come back soon. I'll be back here next week again. And also don't forget that I'm doing my basics course as well. So for anyone who's new to crafting or new to card making and stamping, then I'm doing my brand new basics classes online. So just pop along and see if you can see those on my channel. and I'll be back again soon, and all the details for everything that I've used today is in the description below, and I hope to see you again soon. Alrighty, take care. Bye.